Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So here we are again doing another video on Christopher Watts's food. And so please don't comment, nobody cares, because, well, I'm doing it because you asked me for it. So these meals that I'm about to read off are the meals that rotate between lunch and dinner. They're never set for one or the other, so they could be offered as a lunch, and the next day they could be offered as a dinner. And yes, it does happen quite a few times that the same meal will be served the next day as the opposite. So if it's served for lunch, it's served for dinner the next day. Mac and cheese casserole is the first one. It comes with corn chips, a plain hot dog on a bun, and a milk to drink. That's the first meal. Next meal. Plain burger, no toppings at all, no condiments at all, home fries or French fries, and a milk. The reason why it's either home fries or French fries is because there's a minimum security prison down the road, and they grow potatoes during the summer and fall months. They have fresh potatoes that they chop up and use and make into home fries, and they only use French fries during the winter months when they can't get the fresh potatoes for free. Next item is called turkey loaf. It is 33% turkey, 33% soy, and 33% other mix. It doesn't say what that is on the actual website. 3 slices of white bread or 2 rolls, a milk to drink with that. Next item is called beans and franks. Cut up hot dogs, beef, chicken, or pork hot dogs, cooked down in a canned baked bean mix with pinto beans added to it, and milk. Next one is called country casserole. It's a mixture of vegetables, chicken, pork, beef, and cooked into basically like a meatloaf slurry, and then it is baked, and it is not topped with ketchup or anything delicious. That comes with 2 rolls and a milk to drink. The following are breakfast items. Scramble mix, which is either ham, sausage, pork, bacon, or other leftover meats, eggs, potatoes baked into a casserole topped with onions and pepper that already come in a giant plastic bag, and they squeeze them out kind of like ketchup over the top of the entire thing, and then level it off and then bake it. It comes with 2 rolls and a milk to drink. Next item is called toast loaf. Apparently those 2 words are copyrighted, because it's the only thing I saw on the entire website that is actually on the list that is actually copyrighted. It has the C in the circle on that. So it's basically French toast, but they are pre-made, and all they have to do is take them and they dip them into a slurry that's kind of like they add water to it to thin it out, because that's in the instructions as well, but they dip it into this syrup, like pancake syrup like mixture that has to be rehydrated, and that comes on the tray, 2 slices of that, along with a sausage potato crumble and a milk. Next item, cold cereal. It is a generic version of cornflakes. There is no options on Fruity Pebbles or Rice Krispies or anything else. It's cornflakes or you don't eat. That comes with nothing on the side at all, and a milk with the cold cereal. No sugar, no nothing, no marshmallows, nobody greeting you happy day or nothing. Next item is called breakfast burritos. Oddly enough, because it's a breakfast burrito, they're served 2 to an inmate. These are stuffed with an egg and then meat. That's all it says is meat. It doesn't say what kind of meat. Spuds, cheese, seasoning, no hot sauce, no onions, no peppers, no nothing, stuffed into a tortilla that are already pre-made. That, again, these are frozen. They take them, put them on a sheet tray, and warm them up, and then serve them to the inmates. They try to keep any kind of utensil there in the kitchen that can be used as a weapon away from inmates. Oddly enough, even trustees, they don't trust them with a knife necessarily. They do allow them during this, those who are at it, who've been at it for a long time, they do allow them to have knives to clean and dress potatoes later on in the summer months when they're making home fries. The following items on this list rotate in and out. They're not served any more than 2 days in the entire month, and they may replace these other meals at any time. Hot dogs, 2 hot dogs, corn chips, and a milk. Chicken patty instead of the burger patty, corn chips, and milk. Pizza tray. It's a pre-frozen pizza, pre-made. They're made at another prison in state. It does not say which one, and they then make them, and by putting them on a sheet tray and putting them in the oven, they take them out, slice them up with a plastic roller that can't be used as a weapon, and they're served one slice of that along with, guess what, corn chips and a milk. Next item, 3 soft tacos. They're small and size. They have a meat and they have fresh tomatoes and lettuce in them. That's something new that's not served on them, but comes with corn chips and milk. Next item, hot cakes, like the French toast. Those are served with, no, they are not served with corn chips and milk. They are served with the sausage crumble and potato mixture on the side. But it is 2 pancakes dipped in the rehydrated syrup again and with milk. That is what he eats. Wow, I almost forgot to turn over the card, and I almost missed 3 of the most important items that are served in just about every penitentiary that has ever existed. 2 breakfast items and a couple of lunch dinner items. The breakfast items is a multi-meal at breakfast. It comes with 2 slices of toast and a fruit medley and of milk, obviously. And the other one is oatmeal breakfast with the 2 slices of toast, the vegetable medley, and the milk as well. The other 2 items is, one is called a corn roll. It's basically is little tiny hot dogs that have like a kind of like a croissant like roll around, but not completely, not like a corn dog, but it's like a piece of pastry around it. And they get those on a meal with, hold on, get ready for this, tater tots. It's the only meal I could find on their entire menu plan that calls for frozen tater tots that are actually, warmed up for the inmates. And I don't know how they portion this one out. It does not actually say on the sheet how it's portioned. I'm guessing it's kind of like, here you go. A handful, whoever's serving it, just drops them on a tray. And that comes with a milk, nothing else. The other item that is served on the lunch dinner menu, and again, I'm still sorry for almost missing this, is egg noodle casserole. It is kind of like a spaghetti, but it does have minced meat in it, and it says it's either chicken, pork, or beef, and it does have diced tomatoes in it as well. And they serve that with 2 slices of toast, or in this case it definitely says toast, not bread. It says toast, so you can figure out whatever that means. I mean, I'm guessing they're not putting them in a toaster. They're probably cooking them off like in dozens at a time in the oven. So it comes with 2 slices of toast, no additional, no Parmesan, no side stuff for that as well, and a milk. So again, those are the additional items. I am so sorry. But I didn't caught it before the end of the video. But that's on the back side of the card. I forgot. And if he doesn't want to eat it, he can order, buy his own food off a commissary. And a lot of these people do. They will take the food, smuggle the food out of off the trays, or keep them in their lockers. Whatever. They will keep food behind, and then they do what they call a meal, or a bake where everybody brings something in and they put it all together to make one like prison meal for them all to share. Okay, there are the following. Absolutely no pictures of any meal inside the Dodge Correction Center. Same everything else. They do not allow journalists into the kitchen to take photographs of the actual meals that they serve the inmates. There are hundreds of complaints about the quality of this food and how deplorable it is. The state of Wisconsin has an average meal cost of 94 cents per meal per inmate. They stick to that strictly. By lowering the price and offering the same meal at every single prison underneath the R mark, they are able to save $3.2 million a year in taxpayers' money feeding inmates, because the same meals that are served at Dodge are served at Wampum, are served at Green Bay, and they're served in all the other prisons. They may not be served on the same days, but they're the same meals, and everybody has to pick from the same meal plan. That's the way it is. There is a total of 14 total meals, breakfasts and lunches, all of them. That's 14 total meals, and they can pick which ones they want to serve in their institution. Inmate per day. So for Christopher Watts, it's 94 cents, 94 cents, 94 cents. He doesn't eat. All that food just goes to, make the food cost lower for the next meal, because they're not going to throw this stuff away just because nobody ate it. Like the breakfast burritos that already had, it says meat in it. I'm guessing it's going to be hot dogs or whatever the heck is left over. They're not going to throw this stuff away just because somebody is, not eating or refuses to eat it because it smells disgusting. They do, and on lockdown situations, whenever there's a lockdown, there's not enough staff to man the actual kitchen to make hot meals, because the trustees go to the kitchen at 2 a.m. in the morning to start prepping the food for the day. If there's a lockdown situation and there's not enough staff to run a kitchen, they will do what they call a bag lunch meal for every single person in the entire penitentiary. And they take each wing of the penitentiary and they slow them down. They say, okay, we're going to do 10 o'clock here for breakfast, 9 o'clock here, 7 o'clock here. And they break them down because the 7 o'clock is when the first group would normally come in, but they stage them and they give them all a bag lunch, which is basically a bologna sandwich and a pre-packaged bag of chips, corn chips, oddly enough. They're very cheap to make, apparently, because they serve them on just about everything except for the pancakes and French toast. They control everything. Portion control, the food costs, they control everything. And it's saving the state of Wisconsin millions of dollars every year across the board on what they're feeding these inmates. They don't have to like it. They obviously are complaining from what I read online, and they think it's the most deplorable food that they've ever been served in their lives. But, oh well, they're not there on vacation, are they? They are there to serve a sentence because they did something obviously wrong in society. And we all know Christopher Watts did. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. You stay safe out there.